Sorry. Hello. Hi, welcome. Welcome. I'm Liz. There's my partner in crime, Therese. And we're joined by Mama Nevin Joan and Tina from Aweneth Yarn and Fibers. See, Neil, I know how to pronounce it.
Yes.
Though don't ask me to pronounce that new colorway because I cannot pronounce that new colorway.
I can't either.
The one with no, I call it the one with no vowels.
I would call it I fell down. That's the result.
But it's gorgeous when I ordered it, but I can't pronounce it. So welcome, chat. Thanks, everybody. Pardon me, I have a head cold, so if I expire while we're on, that's the reason why.
Don't expire.
Well, don't expire.
I'd rather not, but sometimes my head feels like it's going to explode, and I think it might be
Well,
better.
that'll make good TV. Yeah.
You know. So
It's very inconsiderate to die on camera. Please don't do that.
Yeah. I'll turn the camera off first. Okay, I'll turn the sound and camera off and just let Therese do.
Like,
Besides,
hey,
Joe
guys, that's it.
Joe would kill me on Friday if I died today. So
She will dig you up and then kill you again.
Yeah. So whatever day Friday is, the 7th, I think it is.
Yeah.
We know what day it is.
I don't even know. 7?
Yeah, the 7th. That'll be our Friday mayhem. This coming Friday, and then we won't be on the Monday after.
But you have to talk because the Monday after that is St. Patrick's Day.
I know, we're gonna party. I even ordered a St. Patrick's Day T-shirt for it. Very excited.
I'm not wearing
Well, I needed a new St. Patrick's Day shirt anyway, so I used that excuse.
Well, my decorations will be changing after tomorrow.
Today's the last day of the Mardi Gras cow, right? People who.
I think so. I did not.
Yeah, I think so.
That seems.
I didn't. I meant to do socks, but I didn't get around to it. But I have yarn for next year's Mardi Gras because I have party beads.
Oh, me too.
I have it for next year, so I'm ready to go.
But
I want to get some king cake.
I did this, and I don't know if you can see, but up
here, let me make you big.
Like fleur-de-lis.
Let me make you big.
Oh, cute.
I love it. I love that heel.
It's very pretty. That heel is so fun.
And then I'm going to do another set of fleur-de-lis down here and then the toe. So.
Oh, that's cute.
Thank you.
Oh.
Hi, Liz.
We lost. Whoops.
Hi, Liz.
Okay. Is everybody back now? Sorry.
Yeah.
That was her head exploding.
Yeah, no, it was just me. It was me not being able to see the little words of remove from stage to add to stage. I don't have Neil here doing tech stuff for me, so what's everybody working on?
Socks.
What colorway is that? What color is that?
This is I could buy myself dried flowers.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, and I'm way behind on my sock knitting goals, so yeah. Make it up for
you've knit a few.
Yeah.
If people would just stop, custom ordering yarn from you, so you have to colorways. You might have more time to do socks, but
Sorry.
I don't mind that part. It's like the part where I have to like sleep and eat and stuff. Like that stuff gets in the way.
No, you like the eating.
I do like the eating.
Don't lie.
I don't.
But it does take time.
I got that seasoning you were talking about with Amy. I can't remember the name of it.
The Ras El Hanout.
Yes, I'm going to put it on potatoes and kielbasa tomorrow.
Yes.
Ooh.
So I'm very excited.
Good idea.
It's very close to garam masala and baharat. I don't know. My daughter's into all the Middle Eastern spices right now, so
nice.
We working on 2 test knits: Enchanted Forest shawl and Curse Breaker sweater. Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'm working on. Hold on. Let me not screw this up. Let me put my little red solo cups on.
I'm working on
stitch steppers.
Things.
Let's see.
You're working on like everything,
Oh, I do.
Joan. I don't. Makes me tired.
It's the
I watch your podcast and it makes me feel it's like I'm only working on 2 or 3 things at a time.
No,
She's got like 8.
ADD. And I worked from home, so when I stopped going to the office every day, I gained 2 hours of commute time a day.
Nice.
So that's why I have so many. But
My ADHD makes me forget projects that I've started. So I have to leave them out so that they're in view. Otherwise, I'm like, oh, yeah, I did start that, didn't I?
yeah,
Yep.
I know. Amy said one time, yeah, if it's put away, it doesn't exist. I was
I
like,
can't-
oh
nope.
my God, that's so true.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by project bags right now with everything in them.
I have not been officially told that I have ADD or ADHD, but the signs are there.
Same.
My daughter got diagnosed when she was in college. We know,
Mhm.
as parents, I feel guilty because we never knew she had an issue because
Right.
she just adapted.
Right.
Like she found ways to adapt. And then once she explained to me all the different symptoms and what she was doing to adapt, we realized that I've had it too. And my adapting was crocheting. I always had my hook and yarn, and that was how I concentrated. That was how I focused. And
Mhm.
now that I've hit the big M, that and ADHD, menopause brain has
Yeah, it's
really
fun.
killed my short-term memory.
You know, my brain had trouble before, and now you're going to add menopause to the
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole new fun.
and
So
I seem to be having more trouble since I turned like 63. So
well, that's not a good
Age
thing
is
to
just a number.
I'm having enough trouble. I've never been able to math, and with my family, that's a joke because my dad was an electrical engineer. My brother's got a PhD in electrical engineering. My sister's an accountant, and I can't math.
I can't math.
So
Me
it
neither.
was always the joke. Like, how come everyone else got all the brain cells for math and I did not get any of them?
Nope.
I used to be able to math, but
Math.
then they started coming up with, crazy stuff. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not that advanced.
I can basic math with the best of them. I mean, I worked
Yeah.
in a bank as a bank teller for years and open accounts and all that kind of math, but just like other math, I can't do.
When you
Yeah.
start adding letters to it, then we got a problem.
Right. Why do letters need to be?
Yeah, the whole letter thing.
Letters belong in
Yeah.
books.
Geometry, I have a hard time with because I don't have my spatial awareness is not like my kids, especially my son. He can imagine something and like make it like 3D. He can imagine what something looks like moving furniture, all that kind of stuff. Packing in a trunk of a car or a back of a truck. He and my husband can just figure everything out like a Jenga, like fit everything in
Tetris,
just
yeah.
by seeing Tetris. Me, not so much.
No.
No.
I just sit back and watch while they pack everything.
Yep.
You do it?
All right, I'm organized here, sort of.
Okay. Well,
No, you don't need to make me big. I'm working
I
on.
love the colors.
How
Yay.
pretty.
You're almost done.
I'm done with the stripes. And so now I got to do like 2 inches of the burgundy. And then I got to try it on. I got to put it on my little cords and try it on. Because I've got a long torso.
Can you hold it up again, Therese?
Sure.
Here, let me make you big. I know you don't like that, but
Big, I'm very big.
it's for science.
That looks really neat. It's like it's not straight across.
diagonal.
That's amazing.
That's really pretty. And it's on my list.
Okay. Thank you.
I have the yarn for
Yeah,
it.
the stripes
but-
go diagonally for most of it. Short rows, lots and lots of short rows.
That looks
That's
really
That's Vera Valimaki, right?
Yeah.
If you say so.
I think so.
Yeah,
I have a
sure.
couple of her patterns,
We'll
and
go
they're
with
well
that.
written.
It was in one of the inspirations. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, her
They
with
had the
Hohi.
whole- Yeah. Her and
Yeah.
Hohi. Yeah.
Yeah, she writes. Her patterns are very well written.
Yeah. So I guess when I'm done with the 2 inches, we get to try it on and see if it fits.
Yay! And sidebar, it's striped, and we are our dear friend Joe Bob, who will be here on Friday, and our friend Morgan, who I don't know if it's going to make it or not, but they're hosting our Stripe Cow, so Knit Something Striped this month.
Points don't
I
matter
don't-
for me, but yeah. it's-
Points don't matter for me either, but we're knitting
it's
along stripes to participate. But it can be self-striping yarn or just
Mhm.
make your own stripes. Just knit all the stripes until the end of the month.
Alrighty.
So-
Is it the end of? Oh wow, that's quick.
I don't know. Joe,
Yeah,
Joe's
my
in
God.
charge. She'll talk about it on Friday, I'm sure.
Will.
And
She will.
yeah,
So that's what I've been working on exclusively because I want to get it done.
I'm so glad because it looks really pretty.
Yeah, fingering weight though. Oof.
Yeah, but you've done it really fast. You've
I
you've
started
done it,
this
what,
on
3
the
weeks,
9th.
maybe. Yeah, I mean,
So, yeah. And I took a
That's
couple
fine.
days off and just, here and there.
I'm impressed.
I think the stripes make it go quicker.
Yeah, because you're wanting to get to the next section.
Yeah, maybe.
I have restarted my boxy chevrons, and I've
Mhm.
finished the sleeves last night.
Wow.
We switched the color a little because the yarn I had done before was denser, and my row gauge was so far off. The sleeves were like down past the fingers. So this is
Can you
this
make
is
it
the
big?
Thank
yeah, because it kind of goes. This is for my daughter, but basically it goes. Can't even sleeves, and then you attach both sides, and then you pick up around for the body. So
Interesting.
Really neat.
yeah, I'm not sure how am I gonna move exit? So okay. I have to seam the sleeves together, and I'm having a hard time with that because they're at a bias.
Whoa,
and
where did Jen
trying
go?
to- Oh,
Where's
hold
Jen?
on. There she goes. Weird.
Where are you? She
Oh,
was hiding.
Sorry. We always have tech
I was in
difficulties.
the naughty corner, I guess.
No,
I
it was
know.
just tech. I did the folded hem for the bottom and then of the sleeves, but seaming them, I'm having a hard time with them seaming them invisibly on a slant.
Hmm.
So I might just, since it's only a small amount, I have to seam up for the sleeve and the rest attached to the body. I might just pull out my clear nylon thread and seam it with that and just let it be,
Mhm.
because it's aggravating me. And I've tried different mattress stitch versions and none of them are working. So if anyone has a really good seaming technique for something on the slant, please let me know.
Ooh.
And then
That's
on my
hard.
other project, I am working on my Estelle cardigan. This is the worsted weight version. And the collar and knitting down, and with a lovely yarn from Miss Tina.
That's me.
The I Put a Spell on You is the light color, and then the darker is That Ain't Lake Minnetonka, which is a Prince yarn, which for our generation is a big deal because Prince. And so yeah, and I'm loving these colors together, and they're not colors I would normally wear, so I'm really excited about it.
They look really good together. I would not have thought to
They-
put them together, but
They do. I did not realize that there was so much green in the I Put a Spell on You. For some reason, I've had this yarn before. I just did not realize, but it looks really good.
it kind of varies. Like sometimes there's no I didn't write down the amount that I use when I do like the little amounts to drizzle over, and you probably should do that if you're a yarn dyer, but my note taking is just not the best. So I just kind of I'm like,
Well,
that's
when
good.
I ordered it, it was on the screen. It looked more pink, and I was like, okay. And then I got it, and I'm like, but I like it better than it did on the screen. So that was good.
It's like Harry Potter. The yarn chooses its person.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I love these colors together. This one's going to be a shorter version, I think, because I want to have 2 versions of it. This one might have a split hem. I'm not sure. But I'm working on that till I block the sleeves on the other one so I can sew them together, because I think that'll make it easier
Mhm.
if they're blocked, and then I can pick up for the body. And then I have my blanket, but I haven't worked on that in a while. I feel like Tabitha with her blankets that she picks up and puts down, and
Mhm.
I totally get that now.
Me too. I have
I
too,
So I don't.
too
I
many
swear that
blankets.
girl.
going on.
I want her to count one day how many blankets she's made for her kids.
Mm. And they're not
Because
just
I can't-
plain,
No.
you know, whatever. They're
No, because
stranded.
I have to not show my children because then they remind me, oh, mom, you promised to make me a new blanket. I'm like, yes, when you moved out. My son's like, I moved out. Like, yes, but you know, this isn't your place. You're sharing it with roommates. I'll
Right.
do it when you make your place. Well, that way when he can, you know, decorate it his own choices. Plus, that gives me time because he can't afford to move out on his own right now.
Keep moving the goalposts.
Yep. You know, that's another reason why I'm sad about Joanne, because my youngest daughter, she lives in Vermont, and every time she would come visit me, we would go to Joanne and get some of that polar fleece and make those little blankets that you tie. You cut slits and you tie it
Mhm.
all around. And we would make that every time she'd come visit, and we'd each make a blanket. And then, you know, she'd either leave it with me or she'd take it home. And now we can't do that.
No. What has Alyssa said about Joanne's? Has she found an alternate source? Because
She usually buys stuff online because she's like me and she hates to go out. So she usually buys online, and she usually buys from Joanne. So she's going to have a problem.
Well, if you ever come to Southern California, you can go with me to Fabric Disneyland. There is a store out here that is, I can't even speak. It's in Anaheim by Disneyland, and they have so much fabric everywhere.
excuse me.
So it's called M&L.
Okay.
Hmm.
I've been buying fabric. We have fabric, what's it called? Discount Fabric Outlet. I buy fabric from there, and also Fabric Mart. I buy fabric there. Alyssa doesn't sew, but she gets her yarn online, and she just gets like Big Twist and ones like that. So I don't know what she's going to do. But
Well, Michael's
like buying,
Hobby Lobby need to
Yeah.
step it up.
yes, they do.
Yeah.
Well, she's a very prolific crocheter too. So
She is. Yeah. Yeah. Now's their opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they're smart, they will,
Or someone else can start a new
mhm.
company,
Yeah.
because I mean, I've heard a lot of things about what happened with Joann's,
Mhm.
but the one thing that kept coming up was that they went into the home decor thing.
Mhm.
And it's like, we don't need you to do home decor. We need you to do fabric and yarn and stop.
that was the kiss of death for Borders when they started selling things other than books.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Borders. Ugh.
I loved Borders.
Wait, does AC Moore not exist anymore?
Nope.
Oh, damn. Why
Nope.
was that?
Nope.
Oops.
No AC Moore.
Therese, someone's writing down your Fabric Mart and discount what?
The one, it's a local, it's not online. It's called Discount Fabric Outlet or something, but it's not online. It's just a local. They get in truckloads of fabric. I have plenty, so I don't need to go there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But Fabric Mart is very good for fashion fabrics.
Yeah, Lori, Hirschner's is okay. So is Hobby. Hobby has nice yarn.
What about Mary Maxim has yarn as well,
Mm-hmm.
and Annie's Attic.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
I
true.
mean, I know where they are, and I can order yarn online and it doesn't bother me. But the thought of ordering fabric, it's
Mhm.
like, it's very tactile for me. I
Yep.
have to touch it.
Yep.
So,
Because if you have to be able to see the drape, you have to be able to
mhm,
feel the actual fabric.
mhm.
And luckily Fabric Mart, they have descriptions, very good descriptions, and they also they'll drape a bolt over a stool so you can see how it drapes. So it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm because I mean I've never really bought yarn from Michael's very much.
They have the Karen cakes, which I like, but
Yeah, but I don't know. And my husband was asking me if I was gonna go stock up on yarn, and I was like, no, because I don't know what I'm gonna want, number one. And if like for Big Twist, if Big Twist goes out of business, you're not gonna be able to get it. So
Warehouse, yeah.
oh well where
Yeah.
Oh, Drops, yeah. Drops is good.
It is. So is Holst.
Holst
If
is
you want a
good.
very good,
If you like
inexpensive.
fingering weight yarn, yeah.
Yeah. Fingering weight
Of all
non
the
superwash.
They have all the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like the Big Twist, like I feel like the more affordable yarns are being pushed out.
Mhm.
Well, I think part of it is if you go online and social media, most of what you see, if you're not curating your sites, is crochet influencers making stuff with that big blanket yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why that's what they're going towards,
Yeah.
because
And I
that's
think
what they see so much.
I feel a little weird talking about this in front of a yarn dyer.
No, but
But I'm also
she
talking
gets it.
about like people who crochet. I'm sorry, Tina, but I'm not going to crochet a blanket in your yarn.
no.
Oh, I wouldn't either. Are you kidding me?
I'm
No
just,
way.
you know.
I mean, well, the thing about, I mean, because crochet eats up so much freaking yarn, the only way that I would do it is if, well, I mean, okay, I have a lot of freaking yarn, so it's not like I'm spending the money or anything, but it's still, I mean, it's going to be a heavy blanket. You're going to have to wash it. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
acrylic for me only, except for little knit blankets. And I'm actually, all the swatches that I make, I'm working on, because I said this was going to be the year of me mastering mattress stitch. And so I put together a strip of swatches, and then I thought, oh, I'll do a crochet border around each strip, right? And now I realized that I hate the crochet border, so I have to like rip it out and just pretend like it never happened. But yeah, no, if you're gonna buy, I mean, especially if you're gonna buy the yarn to crochet an entire blanket, that's like holy guacamole, like a bed-sized blanket. That's
Yeah.
and
It's-
God bless Liz over here for doing one knit. Like I can't even. That's amazing.
Yeah, but that one's going to be the only one I'll probably do, because I mean, it's Aran weight, so I was hoping, it would be a nice sturdy one.
It's gonna be a work of art, though. The way that yarn is pulling on there is gorgeous.
I am really enjoying that in the pink, the bright
Yeah.
pink.
I learned my lesson with
Giving
blankets.
me lots of joy.
I made both my boys blankets with Cascade 220, which was supposed to be superwash.
Mm.
And my oldest child put that thing in the wash and the dryer.
Oh no.
Oh,
It was
Now have a coaster.
it was bad. It was bad.
Ugh.
Well, the one I'm making, it's going to be a pattern, and
Mhm.
people, I don't expect people to use hand dyed necessarily, unless they want to. And if they do, buy from Tina, because she is gorgeous Aran weight.
Sure.
But if not, it's for me. So I'm going to be the one who washes it when it needs
Right.
it. And
right.
so I'm not worried about it getting too messed up. Like for my kids and for babies, I've never given a blanket that's not acrylic.
Right.
Or
Exactly.
cotton.
Cotton. I've done cotton.
Or bamboo. I did a couple
Bamboo is
bamboo
good.
baby blankets, but because frankly, it's great if you're giving a garment, I think, or an accessory that people are going to, wear something to give it in a nicer wools. But to give something that you utilize like a blanket, it's almost not a gift in a way, because there's so much work
Yeah.
for a blanket, to have
There's
to
a
hand wash a blanket and then
Yeah.
lay it flat to dry. That's a lot of work, and a lot of people don't have room for that. A
Right.
hat, a sweater, that's a totally different thing.
A lot of people, when they have little kids, don't have the brain power for that.
No.
No,
So,
I wouldn't expect new parents to have to worry about hand
mm-mm.
washing anything. I mean, last Christmas I made hats for my son's friends because they asked me, because I'd made them hats before, and they all know the spiel, either hand wash or wash, fold, lay flat to dry. Like
Right.
they all know because they know if they screw up the hat, they're never getting another one. So I've got them trained well now.
Can I tell you how many freaking hats I've made my roommate over the years? Well, okay, not a lot, maybe like 3 or 4, but I never see him wearing them, and then he confesses that he's lost them, and then he has the nerve to be like, if he sees me knitting a hat, he'd be like, "Oh, is it for me?" And I'm like, "You can go play in traffic. That's what you can do." One of them was hand spun too.
No, what you need to do is you need to get one of those little knitting machines, and then just make him out of acrylic and just crank him up a new one when he loses it in 20 minutes and go, "Okay, here you go."
And here you go, like this.
It's not worth it.
Fun.
Yeah, I love those machine knit hats, and I love watching the videos where it's like there's this one, I don't know if it's on YouTube or Instagram. Every now and then this account that I don't follow pops up, and it's like it's a husband and wife couple, and they have like some knitting machine set up in their room, and like at one point they'll put the camera inside the hat so you just see the room spinning. But they literally, yeah, they just do this freaking tube, and then they cinch the ends and pop it inside of itself, and it's like done. And I'm like, what?
Uh-huh.
There's no increase. There's no decrease. There's no, what the hell is that?
Nope. Super easy.
Wild.
Super easy for gift knitting or
Mhm.
charity, or which reminds me, we're doing a knit for the babies, and that's going to be ongoing. Tabitha from Cabot Cove Knits is doing baby socks, I think,
This month, yep. Baby
This
soccer
month?
mittens.
or baby mittens,
Mhm.
which is a great use of all your scraps.
Yep. Yeah,
because it
those
doesn't
little
take a lot
mitts
of yarn for babies.
to keep them from scratching their face.
Yep.
Is there a pattern or
There's a bunch of free ones out there.
There's a bunch
Okay.
of good ones. Just
Just go on Pinterest and look up baby mittens, and you'll get, or baby socks, and you'll get like a list of them for
no
free.
scratch mitts for babies.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
So, but yeah,
Oh,
I
it
see
just
our
occurred to
friend.
me.
What?
There's a store that they used to be a brick and mortar store here. They were on like Woodhaven Boulevard, I think, but then they closed. But when I was really, really poor, holy crap, they were freaking amazing. They had yarns that started at like $1, and they had all these weird, obscure yarns.
Wow.
And then they went out of business, but they stayed online. I'm gonna check and see if they're still. They're called Smiley's Yarns.
Oh yeah, I bought from them years ago.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
Yeah,
if they're. I don't know. I don't know if they're still around.
$8 minimum though. Yeah. Freaking. What's the website?
I remember them. Yeah.
Mhm.
They were only open on Saturdays too, if I remember correctly. And because I lived in Harlem at the time, which was like way far away from there, I mean, not as the crow flies, but when you're relying on public transportation, it's like you have to get your. Oh, my browser has lost connection to my camera. What the hell? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you. Just restart.
Okay.
There you are.
There
I'm
you
under
are.
deep state attack, clearly. Anyway, so I would stay up because I used to like work in bars and stuff at the time. So I was just like a night owl. And I would stay up until stupid o'clock in the morning and then get on the train so that I could be there at like 8 o'clock or whenever it was that they opened, and just like pull it all later to go buy yarn. It was ridiculous.
You do what you got to do.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's yarn, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
but
think that's what I'm
think
going to have to do
clothes
for
closed.
fab is go to Orange County for fabrics, and that's an all day thing.
Mm.
So, but you do what you got to do.
You do your best. That's all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And we're lucky we have incredible yarn dyers that really inspire us and keep coming up with gorgeous colorways. I watched your Wild Card Wednesday. That one was really pretty.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean about the speckles, though.
Yeah, I'm redoing that one.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's gorgeous, but I see why you
Yeah.
why you said that.
It just kind of looks like mistakes here and there, not like something intentional.
Right.
Speckles are an art. I mean, a lot of dyers never get them right. They're either too big.
There's no like real course in them. There's like no real set one foolproof way to do it. And I mean, you might. I mean, I've discovered if I mix the speckles with citric acid and put it in a shaker, and then do it that way, it kind of breaks them up a little better. Sometimes I will grind the dye powder with the citric acid just to make it a little finer, depending on the color. But then there's like the whole, you have to consider the moisture in the yarn and whether or not it's going to strike properly. And sometimes if you're too heavy-handed with the dye and the yarn isn't wet enough, then when you go rinse it, it's just going to bleed everywhere, and it's a freaking horror story. And then so it takes a lot of experimenting to get speckles right. And I got to tell you, before I went professional, when I was still figuring stuff out, I Googled like a madwoman. I had to go to like the 4th page of Google before I found anybody that was like willing to give up the secrets of yarn speckling. It was just so damn, so much gatekeeping.
Well, and some of them put them, they don't get them spread out right, or anything like that. And
you gotta
I didn't do anything. That's on you, Joan.
No, that was me. That was all.
Okay. That one wasn't me that time.
Are you under deep state attack too?
Who knows?
We're being harassed by the government.
I was going to say, there are those of us who may or may not have reached Sable.
I plead the 5th.
Well, I think that we don't know how long we're going to live because, science. So I'm not going to say that I've reached there because I could live another 100 years. So
yeah, that's
then I have
right.
the yarn for it.
Nanotechnology in my veins. You should know that my laptop right now is actually sitting on 2 boxes of yarn.
Whatever works. My water bottle is sitting on a basket of them. My family doesn't even bat an eye anymore. They're just like, whatever.
Yep. Oh, it's just yarn, whatever.
Yeah, they don't question it. They do their thing. I do my thing. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you don't use it.
No, I use it, just not as fast as I'd like to.
Can I mention my giveaway?
Yes,
Yes.
You have a giveaway?
I have a giveaway, and you have to watch my episode to see what you have to do to enter. So my last episode, well, there last 3. I always do 3 weeks, but I'm giving away this yarn.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And it's a big skein.
Yeah, it's 670 yards, I think. Yeah. And then I'm making a project bag to go with it.
Nice.
So,
Nice. Very nice. So go check out her channel, Mama Nevin.
yes. Yay. Thank you.
See all the projects.
All the
Every
million-
time I watch it's like, and then I did this on this and this. I'm like, how can you do so many in 1 week? It's like, makes me tired because you have this blanket and that blanket and this blanket, and then you filmed a tutorial, and then you made little stockings, and then it's like,
yeah.
whoa,
Here's my little stockings.
they're tiny.
Oh, they're teeny. They're teeny tiny. Here.
Oh, wow.
They're little.
Oh my gosh.
Those are crochet though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They're teeny. But I gave my boss a fireplace warmer, wax warmer, and it looks like a fireplace. And so I jokingly made her a couple of stockings, and she was like, "Can I have more? I have more blankets." Okay. So
Cute.
Yeah, but at least when someone like that asks, it's because they appreciate it, as opposed to other people who say, "Oh, you should sell what you make." No, you can't afford me. And no, I wouldn't knit for you or crochet for you if I felt like it, because you wouldn't appreciate it. So no.
she did have me make socks for everybody in her family, and she paid me $50 a pair.
Ouch.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Were they like bulky weight or like?
Nope.
Oh my Lanta. Oh my.
To be fair, you would have probably knit the socks anyway, just for other people.
Right. Yeah, because They didn't buy the yarn. I have yarn. I have people that come in here and pick what they want made. They just have to wait on my timeline when
Right.
I'm in the mood to make them. So
Yeah, that's wild. Like somebody wanted me to do a pair of Mondrian socks for them, and I was like, I just felt weird about it because I was like, well, number one, no way that would take me like a year and a half because it would just get stuck behind other projects and but also I feel like I just don't have the courage to knit socks for other people because I have like this one pattern that works for me and I don't have the brain capacity right now to try to fiddle with other heels if somebody has a different kind of heel or they have a flat foot or like, whatever. It's like, I feel like feet are just so particular and
Yeah.
I was just like, man, I'm not going to be fumbling with fit here. And it's sorry, lady. And it's a shame because she actually used to knit herself, but then she wound up getting really bad carpal tunnel. And so she saw the socks and she really wanted them. And I was like, best I can do is here's an Amazon link. And there's a bunch of really cool Mondrian printed socks out there that you can get. But I just can't knit them for you. I'm sorry. Because it's not just the knitting too. It's also like the duplicate stitching on top for the vertical lines and whatnot. And they're fun to make, but I'm not doing them for other people. Sorry.
yeah, I usually for other people I only do vanilla socks.
Yep, plain vanilla. That's really all I do for myself. It's just sometimes I switch up like the colors or stripes or whatever. But it's really just the most basic toe up 2 at a time, just plain.
Did you see the message I sent you with the book I'm going to read in May, Tina?
Yes, I did, about Modigliani.
Yeah, it's a mystery by Ken Follett. So
Awesome.
I don't know if it's about him or about one of his paintings, but I saw the cover and the name. I'm like, oh, this is what I'm reading in May when I make those socks or make whatever I make with that yarn.
Awesome.
Hey, Amy. Hope you're having a good vacation. Getting sun and rest and relaxation and all the
She
good
just sent me a
things.
picture of her socks. She has the coolest freaking fuzzy strawberry shortcake socks on right now, and I am so jealous.
Is it cold enough for her to wear socks down there right now?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
the South can get cold.
Well, I know that, but she's at the beach.
Well,
Yeah, because it's cooler at the beach,
it's really
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so. I don't know.
But she doesn't wear socks at home, so
Yeah.
But they're strawberry shortcake socks, so they're different.
I did. I bought cool socks, saw a fort, and got a sunburn. Oh, good. Not the sunburn,
Oh, that's not cool.
but the other stuff. That's cool. So, So our friends at Craft Snark are whining about test knitting again.
Oh my god! Again, literally nobody is making you test knit anything.
No.
Here's a test knit.
Well-
You don't like the rules, don't fucking do it. Boom, problem
Well,
solved.
there's some new site where you pay to test knit or something. I don't understand it. That they were talking about, and I'm like,
No. Mm-mm.
that's not happening.
Why would I
Sorry.
do that?
Well, I guess it's so designers don't get ghosted. I don't know.
Oh, that makes sense.
No. If
I mean, I wouldn't
you're
do
going
it, but
yeah, if you're going to test knit for somebody, you need to get the pattern. If nothing else, I mean, to have to pay for the pattern and have the pressure.
Mm-mm.
Nope, nope, nope.
Yeah, it's like, I get it. They're calling out people who use test knitters for marketing. And I totally get that because, if you want to test knit, you want people to actually test knit, tell you if your pattern works or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I test knit, I don't care how many followers or if they post it or not. I ask them if they would like to post it, please do. But
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, I don't demand it or anything. But some of them are getting really specific. You have to have so many reels and so many.
Mhm.
yeah.
And, on the other end of things, test knitting is a choice. No one holds a gun to your head. So for all them calling about, labor and all not. Yes, it's free labor, but it's choice labor. It's not
Right.
And
forced
it's not like
labor.
you get nothing in return. You get the pattern. So
Right.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, and a lot of people like to test knit because it helps them get things done. And they like, getting new patterns and things. And it just kills me that people have to justify why they do it.
yeah.
Like, just because the people on, Craftsmart have a problem with it doesn't mean other people, are perfectly fine with the reasons why they test knit and everything else.
There's a lid for every pot. So I'm sure there are some people out there that are jumping at the chance to pay to test knit, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
there's people out there have weird ways of doing things and weird motivations for stuff, and it's just weird.
Yeah, that weird parasocial relationship with
Yeah. They're like in a club now and you're not in it.
Yeah. Joke's on them. I don't like clubs.
Right.
I like this club.
Well, yeah, but
This
we're
is
the
a pretty
cool club.
club.
This is a club, not a cult.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adam, okay, Amy's not mad at Adam anymore. Adam, hello.
Why? What did Adam say now?
Yes, I found test knitting needling. I did, but why was Amy mad at you? And I'm glad she's not anymore.
Because he doesn't like David Tennant as the
Well,
doctor.
oh, that's right. I forgot.
Oh no.
Yes, but we have to be nice to Adam because he suffers because he lives in Canada.
He suffers. He's suffering.
Can I
He
show
has
you
to deal with Trudeau.
a picture I just got from my husband?
Sure.
Sure.
Hang on.
Oh, the puppy.
Pirate had himself a good time.
A little bit dirty.
I'm sorry. Every time you talk about him, I think of our friend Pirate.
I was just
I have
going
to
to
stop
say that.
thinking.
I know. There's
Yeah.
times when you'll say something about pirate, and I'm like, why is she talking to my dog?
You're using that, Adam, you're using that word harem incorrectly.
No, it's not.
We're
him.
not Neil's harem.
No.
Neil's part of all of our harem.
Right.
Somebody needs to marry Neil and let him come to the United States so he can talk again.
Well, I'm married, so that's not going to happen.
Me too.
He is
Me
not.
He's not going to marry Neil.
I'm already promised to another Brit. I hate to break it to you, but Kieran
I
has to
know,
get.
That's
I
right.
know.
Yeah, that's right. Aren't
No.
you going to be Kieran's American wife?
Yes. There are
Get
only
him
so
here.
many British green card husbands I can have. I mean, come on.
In Minecraft, she would never do that in real life.
In
Oh.
my
In real life, it would be for love.
of course, of course.
There, got it for you. Maybe Neil and Adam can get married and both come here.
Wait, but
Now Adam will probably be mad at you, Amy. So there you go.
isn't Neil
And-
convicted of a crime
Well-
in Canada?
Does
That's right. It would have to be here because he's a felon in Canada.
In Michigan, they're trying to get rid of gay marriage, so I don't know. I might have to resend
What?
my invitation for Adam to come to the border, and I'll pick him up.
What?
Him
I
and
thought
Neil.
Michigan was all about, the stuff.
Oh,
you know.
because the legislature now is Republican.
Oh.
I'm like, why are you dying on this battle hill? Just stop, okay? Just stop. Nobody cares. Let's worry about our surplus that magically disappeared, and all the other shit.
Did you see that article that I sent? I can't remember. It was a couple weeks ago about the men who can't get high value women, so they become trans so they can get high value men.
Oh my God.
Because high value men are really looking for
What?
trans.
Kieran's not on X anymore? Do you know anything
Uh,
about that, Tina? Did he change his X?
No, he was. It's weird because people seem to have a hard time finding him sometimes, and I don't know why. But he literally just today we were talking about. Oh, maybe he deleted it early and didn't tell me. He was going to delete it at the end of the month because reasons, whatever. And then, but I do know he's been targeted lately by some groypers because he put out a video explaining like the alt-right and the groypers and the Nazis and like how they're targeting young
Oh,
kids.
gee, I wonder who's behind that.
Yeah, some people didn't like that very much, and so maybe he just deleted it to kind of, take the heat off of himself or whatever. Which is weird because that doesn't seem like, he's not afraid to face the fire, So
No.
Lord knows he's had to suffer.
yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
You know, from the
Yeah.
worst lawn gnome out there.
The queen of the groypers. Yeah.
She'd like to be, since she can't be queen of James Lindsay or
she's not
anyone
the
else
queen of
that
her own
she's.
husband. Even, are you kidding me? He wants
Yeah,
nothing to
I'm-
do with her either.
Are
Well,
we sure he's not in Ukraine? Come on.
He tried to escape when the war started, and she was like, "No."
He's probably, please, Zelensky, put me on the front line. It'll be safer.
he's
Let me
hoping to
just
get
die
promoted.
with dignity, please.
I volunteer as tribute.
Aw,
Do not resuscitate.
Brits keep their peckers up and keep calm and carry on.
What?
Okay.
Words to live by. You'll have to tell that one to Neil since he didn't join us. He's probably sleeping.
The nerve.
It's probably past his bedtime.
He can't hang with us.
Nope.
We can't blame him. He's got to sleep when he can because, the neighbor could get killed anytime soon. So, with the luck if he's had of his neighbors.
What's
He's
going
probably-
on?
Oh, just the apartment near him. People keep dying.
There's been like 3 in like.
Not a great look for the neighbors.
Wow.
He thinks.
Are we
the
sure
apartment-
Neil's not doing it?
Yeah. Well, there's a. Yes.
Is he taunting Tabitha to get her to catch on to investigate?
Mm.
Oh, sorry, Kat, but you can't use that name. We know who you're talking about, and it is
know.
who we're referring to, but we don't say her name.
No, we don't beat
Because-
her up. Nope.
Yeah, we intentionally don't throw that into the algorithm.
Is
Nope.
it like Bloody Mary? You don't want to.
Yeah. Exactly. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
She or one of her minions might be watching.
Yeah, they pop up in Carrie's chat every once in a while, and I got to be like, you got to go on timeout for a little while.
Ban Hammer. Yeah,
Yeah.
Neil's probably in a
I don't
food
ban
coma.
them, but I put them in timeout for a little while, and then if they keep it up, I put them in timeout for a little bit more, and then they go
Oh,
away.
you're
Usually.
merciful.
I know.
I'd be like,
Tomsky
you can
would-
just go play in traffic. Goodbye.
I like to
I'm
play with
surprised-
them. I play with them.
I'm surprised there's still followers, quite frankly, but
Oh, right.
after that stunning run for public office.
I got the
Stunning.
yarn to
What was
prove
that? What was that, Tina? 2%, 1%, something like that? Was that what it was?
It was 8%, right?
Yeah, 8%, I think. And this game was like 8% green.
Oh, that's right.
Gosh.
I had to
Yeah.
do some like graphic Googling. I was like, what does 8% look like on a progress bar? And then I had to get like the perfect Windows green, right?
It was hilarious.
Ugh.
And while you've done
That's
some
good
lovely
drawing.
colorways, my favorite is dramatic potato.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good one.
That one.
I
I have the meat
8% was
robot.
her peak, though, by the way.
What's up?
8% was her peak.
I know.
well, the angry Spud, who's a real YouTuber. True story. Yeah, some people need a timeout permanently from social media.
Mhm.
But
And some days it's me.
Some days it's me.
some days I do it intentionally because I just
Uh-huh.
tired of people and stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't knit bricks to throw at my TV
No.
so as not to break my
That's so
TV
dumb.
Ugh.
because quite frankly that would be a waste of yarn and time.
Yeah. Are you a
Fine.
freaking toddler? You have to throw things to get your emotions out? Like, what's wrong with you?
Well, I was telling Liz on Craftsmart, somebody made the comment that, so you're going to just waste your time you know, instead of doing something productive, you're just going to waste your time knitting something, you know. And of course, it got downvoted all over the place. And somebody said, well, you know, sometimes we can't control our emotions as if we're a child or an animal. So we have to find other outlets to, and I'm like, so you just admitted that you can't control your emotions. You're like a child, small child, or an animal. Good job.
But then when we call you on it, all of a sudden we're the
Then
bad
you get-
guys.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's my gripe about them. All of them, they cannot control. Everything is emotion driven.
Yes.
Yeah, because logic is not part of their world.
They're throwing tantrums all the time. They're, you know, let's throw bricks and let's.
My
Why?
feelings.
You can tell that they weren't raised in the 60s and 70s because we were just told, suck it up.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't
were
allowed to have
drinking out
feelings.
of the hose, okay? That hose water has toughened us up.
Yep.
Yep. And God forbid you come home and try to go inside the house in the summertime before you were allowed to. We were allowed to run into the bathroom and out. That was
Mhm.
it. Couldn't stay.
Yeah.
Still, Hamantashen make good shurikens. Okay.
What?
I know what a shuriken is.
Good.
Oh, Hamantash. You know, there was the triangle Jewish cookies. with
Pastry.
the-
Oh, yeah. But that'd be a waste of good cookies.
Don't let them
Waste
go
cookies.
stale. Why are they going
So
stale?
don't let them go stale.
Eat them
That's
first.
right.
We don't have stale
That's
cookies around here.
No.
No, we don't usually around here either because somebody eats them.
Fail if your
Yeah.
Hamantash is stale.
Yeah, that's sad if your Hamantashen is stale. I was thinking of, yeah, okay. Adam, you need to get to America.
I feel like
You
that
really
needs to be
do.
a colorway. You fail if your Hamantash is stale. It's just for you, Adam.
That would be a great one for, you'll get that troll back. Like, I don't understand your colorway name.
I don't understand
And
why
then-
you're telling me about it, so I guess we're both confused.
So
The killer is that they messaged me about it. Like, I'm not her keeper. She names her colors whatever the hell she wants. Leave her alone.
It's other people too. I was like, is this ever gonna stop? Like we're just gonna go on a cancel campaign?
Yeah, it's just sad because no one's expecting her to buy your yarn.
Yeah.
I did see on Craftsnark or Bitch Eating Crafters the other day, they were complaining about weird bodily function colorways.
Yeah,
Names.
somebody was bitching about colorway names.
You know,
Bodily
weird
function.
ones.
Like what would
You know, like unicorn poop or stuff like that.
Yeah.
but it's
I did-
unicorn, so it doesn't really matter. It's
I
not
did
like-
look at that, see if they mentioned you. They did not.
That's what I first clicked on because I thought this has
Mhm.
got to be that person who had messaged you on your website. And it wasn't because it was all the funky, weird names. And then they were going after dyers for naming their bases
Yeah.
because they might have to click more than once to see what each base is.
Oh my god. I literally have in every single one of my listings, I have a description, like everything you need to know about every single freaking base in every single listing. It is so not freaking difficult for people to just go and look and then select the one they want, bada bing, bada boom. I
They're
saw
of color eyes.
hilarious.
BIPOC eyes. But the thing is, it's another form of branding. It's what sets your shop away
Right.
from another shop. Almost every single shop does it. Nobody's gonna call their yarn 4-ply fingering weight worst or like 4-ply worsted. It's boring.
Oh, I know.
And it's
Somebody needs to make a Pink Floyd colorway and mark it off of the bricks.
Yes.
Just another brick in the wall. They are all bricks in the walls. They're all freaking NPCs.
True.
Hey, teacher.
Oh, my son, the first time we played that song when my kids were little, my son he was just like shocked. Then that became his anthem. Like, no, you can't go tell your teachers to leave you alone. It's not how
I
it
remember
works,
one time
kiddo.
when I think it was Amanda was little, or Melissa was, I don't know. She didn't want to eat. She was probably 3 or 4 or whatever. And I inadvertently, she was whining. She didn't want to eat. She wanted dessert. And I said, if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. And then I was like, oh, shit. Now I got to finish it, you know?
How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
I had to finish it. And they're looking at me like, what?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. What about that Alice Cooper song, School's Out for Summer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's another one your son would love.
Well, when he was like 5 or 6, he used to listen in the car to the radio with my husband. My husband would listen to a lot of heavy metal and old rock.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, they were at school and they were like, oh, who's your favorite band? And, oh, Justin Bieber and all this stuff. And he's like, Black Sabbath. And they're like, what? Who? And this is what he says. He's like, these kids are like, who? He goes, go ask your parents.
Yeah. My kids grew up. I mean, they listened to Disney stuff and whatever before it was, Disney now. But they listened to, 70s, 80s music. They grew up with it and they would prefer it. I mean, my daughter's wedding was all 80s music.
Yeah.
Because it's good music.
Good music. Yeah.
Our kids finally admitted to us that our generation had the best music.
Mm-hmm.
And it still stands up.
It does.
I have a friend who is a 50-something-year-old bounty hunter, semi-retired detective. He's like 6'2", big tough guy, like brought down drug trafficking rings. He will send me, God, I hope he's not watching this right now. He will send me,
God.
he goes on these music kicks. He will send me Ed Sheeran songs, and I'm like,
No.
I'm not listening to that. I'm sorry. No. Sweetie Pie, where are your bowls? What the hell's going on?
I actually saw Alice Cooper on TV. He was playing Herod in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, wow.
Oh, awesome.
And he was really good. He was like really, really good.
Yeah, he's
That
a
was
good
surprising.
performer.
Yeah.
Anything made before Evanescence Fallen is technically bad music. No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I see Adam's getting a kick out of my accent tonight.
Yeah. Oh.
You want some hot dogs and chocolate? Want some water to wash that down?
When I moved to New Jersey, I started speaking like I lived in New Jersey because my teacher would make me speak aloud and so the kids could make fun of me because I was from North Carolina and
That's
they'd never
not
heard anybody
nice.
from the South. No, and she was a former nun, which made it even kind of worse. But
Yeah.
so I started to speak like I was from New Jersey and picked up all the accent. And it was funny because when I would go back to North Carolina, my aunt would tell me I spoke like a Yankee
Ooh.
and to stop it.
Oh,
You
that's
gotta
harsh.
become a chameleon and
Oh,
Yeah.
your surroundings.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Mel Brooks.
We used to have a saying about Yankees. Yankees come to visit, damn Yankees stay.
That's true. I mean, I grew up with, it being referred to as anything north of the Mason-Dixon line, and the War of Northern Aggression
Mm-hmm.
was what it was referred to as. No, the nun did not like me getting into the habit. I think she was kicked out of the nun school. She was a really mean lady, never dated anything. She was just a very mean teacher, and she made me read a lie to make fun of me. So I lost my accent very quickly. And then when I worked in sales, when I was selling art and I would get customers from the South, my accent would automatically come back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm really not making fun of you. I can't help it
I do that too.
because that's where I was born and raised. So that's like home.
My accent used to come back when I'd get on the phone with my mom
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because my mother had a very strong Southern accent. So,
It's funny, the guy I just mentioned, he's incredibly strong Southern accent. He's in Tennessee, and he just, when you hear when you're watching like true crime shows and they have the cops from down south, and a guy will be from Georgia or whatever, and he's talking about And then we found in the driver's side vehicle, the vehicle door, whatever. It's like you hear a pronounced Southern accent, and then you hear this guy, and it's like freaking Southern accent on steroids. And I'm just like, oh my God.
That's my cousin. She's like that. My uncle used to say it would take her a year to get a sentence out because she spoke so slow. And no one else in the family, I mean, the whole family was from North Carolina, and none of them spoke like that. We don't know where she got that accent from, but it was like, made Dolly Parton look like she was a Yankee. My cousin's accent was so south, and it was hilarious because we're like, why do you talk like that? But I was very glad because in our other chat, Neil actually used the word "bless your heart" right when he responded to somebody, and I was so proud of him.
We're teaching him. He's learning.
Well, I have a question about that, because the way that we always said "bless your heart" was like, "Oh, I feel bad for you. Bless your heart." And I was told by someone else that "bless your heart" means, "Wow, you're really stupid."
It could go either
It's
way.
the tone. It's the tone and the context.
In the context, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it can be, well, bless your heart, because somebody is, you're trying to be sympathetic, and that's in your tone. But it also is, well, bless your heart.
Say something stupid.
Yeah, we were explaining that to my stepmom's family when my dad died, and my cousin and my aunt were there, and they had no idea. Because my aunt had said, well, bless your heart or something, and my cousin's like, my stepmom's son was like, oh, I've never heard that phrase. Like, well, he goes, that's such a nice phrase. And my aunt's like, well, it depends.
You remember that.
Yeah.
Context matters.
Yes, it does.
I did see, where was it? It's going to be my new response when people annoy me. Oh, here it is. I don't know where you got your opinion, but I hope you kept the receipt.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that one.
Yeah, I thought that one was really good. And then this one funny thing I saw yesterday. Let's see. Why are there Pop-Tarts but no Mom Tarts? Because of the pastry. Because of the patriarchy.
Oh my God. That's the worst dad joke ever.
I know.
That sounds
But
like
it's
an Adam
hilarious.
joke. That's an Adam joke.
Yes, it is.
I wish Caro had been here because someone had posted that they love bacon because they can wrap it around anything because it's the duct tape of food.
It is.
It is. That's very
Dolly's husband died.
Oh,
Oh, not Carl.
Oh,
Not Carl.
bless her heart.
Oh, Buford T. Justice was awesome. Bandit films were amazing. I loved Burt Reynolds back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Gary Reed.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is sad.
poor Dolly.
Oh, and I found something for Amy. It's a Cajun things I've eaten bingo. Except I'm pretty sure she hasn't eaten a lot of them because a lot of them are seafood. But there's turtle, 4-H goat, blood boudin, catfish, nutria, king cake, frog legs, pickled quail eggs, gratons,
Fish and king cake.
gulf shrimp, ponce, free space, merleton, garfish. I didn't know people ate garfish. Cochon, possum, tasso, hoghead cheese, rougarou, raccoon, squirrel, sac-a-lait, mountain oysters, and gator.
Isn't the rougarou a werewolf creature?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to know who's checking that box off. I'd like to meet that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to shake his hand.
Yeah, and then someone said if Adam and Eve had been Cajuns, they would have eaten the snake instead of the apple and saved a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
eat
there's the rougarou.
thing down there.
Yeah, who's gonna eat that? Not me. Somebody else.
Swamp monster.
Oh,
Every part of the country has one of those. Like New Jersey has the Jersey Devil,
Mm-hmm.
and they got the giant Mothman in Ohio. You know,
I wonder
like
if they
every
still,
part of the country.
wonder if they still have the Honey Island Swamp monster in Mississippi.
No.
Probably. Especially if anybody can make any tourist dollars out of it. They usually do. Many of these. I mean, if Adam and Eve were Aborigines.
I live on a marsh, and so there's signs when you go through. There's an area where you go straight through the marsh, and there's signs that say wildlife crossing, and somebody put a Bigfoot sticker on it, and it's hilarious. I just laugh every time I go past it.
Okay. This one I saw was funny. Okay, someone please tell me how Rub-a-Dub-Dub, 3 Men in a Tub became a nursery rhyme.
No.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Seriously.
Yeah, why?
A technical question. I think it's
Well-
because I'm on my iPad, but can you go back and look at the chat, or is it just gone forever?
Mm.
You can scroll back.
Okay. No, I mean after the show is over.
I don't know.
I think you can. I think you can.
I think you can.
There's a chat replay.
Hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
And I
Probably
don't
not
know if
safe
it's
for us
like-
to do that, but
I know. I don't want to. I don't want to know.
well,
I think
Joe's
it's
probably
universal.
taking notes.
Oh, I'm sure.
If Joe is in the chat, she seriously needs to send me her freaking address because I would like to send that yarn to her.
I'll
You
send
can
you her
chop it up
address.
and
Make
I'll
it
send
into
it
minis. Okay.
No, that was a joke because
I've heard of 3 Men in a Boat by Jerome K. Jerome. Ella.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about. Yeah, now that you mention it,
What, that Joe takes notes or the 3 Men in a Boat?
the 3 Men in the Tub, Rub-a-Dub-Dub. It's little.
Well, back in the day, people, they just didn't care about stuff like that. They would just bathe,
Look,
and
Ring Around the Rosie, which is about a deadly disease. Okay,
Yeah, ashes.
we all fall down. Yeah,
That's cheerful.
yeah. Splash, splash, I was taking a bath. Classic Bobby Darin, that's true.
yeah. But that's one guy in a bath. That's not 3.
This other thing I like is I'm staying home today because I have mood poisoning.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a good one.
ooh,
Yeah, I like that one.
that's a good one.
That and why is it nobody seems to have the right amount of whelm?
Underwhelmed,
Oh.
overwhelmed.
It's over. It's under.
Yeah,
Too much, not enough whelm.
it's like being superstitious. I'm not superstitious. I'm just regular stitches. You know.
That's right.
And the right amount of stitches.
Okay, this one is funny. It's a sign for a park, okay? And it says dispose of trash appropriately. Pack it in, pack it out.
Let me begin.
Okay. No, there's 2 people going in and only 1 person coming out. And the trash.
Is there a message there?
It's going to be on Netflix pretty soon.
If you unalive him here, make sure you take the body with you.
Right? Leave it as you found it. Come on.
Please murder responsibly. Sorry.
Mm.
And then this one, St. Peter, why should I let you into heaven? And the person responds, once a coworker said supposedly 7 times in a meeting, and I just let her get in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
Supposedly.
Okay, my sister is she's 51 now, I guess, and she says instead of specifically, she says specifically.
Oh.
Ah,
And she knows it's wrong and she doesn't care. She also says flip flops instead of flip flops.
that's littering. Don't leave your POS friends for the next hiker to find. That's true. And then
Yeah.
it says the devil saying, and this is the lake of lava you'll be spending eternity in. And the person's like, actually, we're underground, so it would be magma. Devil says, and this is why you're here. You realize that, right?
Oh God.
Life is funny.
Okay. My son asked me, where does poo come from? I was a little uncomfortable, but gave him an honest explanation. He looked a little perplexed and stared at me in stunned silence for a few seconds, and then asked, and Tigger?
Oops. Well, that's his fault for not using the full name. He should have said Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well,
That's all on the kid, man. That's
total different poo.
That'll teach him.
Can you imagine having that conversation and then
And then-
Tigger?
And then find out it's not necessary.
P Daddy is going to release one too. It's called If I Diddled It. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Diddy's a lot of people are going to get exposed, I think, in
Yeah.
that whole
I hope
mess.
so.
Because he wasn't alone.
No. Clearly.
Didn't his lawyer resign or something? He was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, one of them did.
yes.
Nope. Nope.
You know what?
Nope.
My sanity is not worth it.
It's like, nope, I can't do this. Excuse me, sorry. And gave no other reason.
Yeah.
I don't think we need one.
Yeah, when you
I don't think we need one. No.
Yeah, it's like, really, I cannot be his lawyer because he's bad.
I didn't watch that shit show last night, but I did see some pictures. It looked like Hunger Games.
Yeah, because they're all on Ozempic.
Well, not only that, they had these weird ass outfits on. They'd all look
Oh, that too.
like the Capitol.
Well, they're all half naked now because, you know, what's going to happen to the fashion industry when they just start fashion people to stop wearing clothes?
Like it's gonna be like cling wrap is in, like the cling wrap industry is gonna explode.
Saran wrap is going to skyrocket.
And it's also a diet aid because you'll lose weight when you're wrapped in plastic. So
There you go.
it's dual purpose. It's like, I used to love to watch the Oscars when I was little and watch the old ones when they were all decked out, and
Tastefully decked out. They looked
Yeah.
beautiful.
Like when they were normal, or
Yes.
we didn't know they were not normal. Let's put it that way.
They hit it well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch the award ceremonies because they're all fixed and,
yeah.
I used to watch just for the clothing, but, I guess that is misogynist or misandrous to only care about the women's clothing.
Yeah.
No, that's the only reason I would watch. I mean, I don't give a shit about movies and shows and all that stuff. I mean, the fashion is riveting. I remember being a teenager and I mean, I was never allowed to really watch anything growing up. So when I would see pictures of, in like fashion magazines that I would like filch on my way home from school or whatever, not filch, I paid for them for the record, but like, I would buy them. And then I would see the pictures of these women in these gorgeous dresses. And like they just lived rent free in my head. And I was like, they're just so beautiful and glamorous. And now what do we have? It's
They're
what
slutty.
literally, what are you wearing? There was
Yeah, and
I saw a picture last night. It was a lady. I don't know who the hell this actress was. I don't know if it kind of looked like she cut her boobs off and like no nipples. I'm talking like,
yeah.
I don't know what this dress was made of. I don't know if there was anything under there. It matched her skin perfectly. It was just like beaded netting across where her boobs should be. And then like the
Yeah.
most bizarre burgundy tablecloth.
Yeah, I totally
Oh,
miss
what
Joan
that?
Rivers' fashion police.
Oh,
I used to love to watch Joan Rivers go after him.
Well, now
Um,
it's how close can we get to being naked without being arrested? But
And all these, female celebrities don't objectify me, but I'm
Right.
going to be naked.
Right.
And I deserve privacy, but I'm also going to post myself naked.
Why are you giving me all
No.
this attention? I
Yeah.
was just naked. I have the right to be naked and have you not be outraged. It's like,
Yeah,
what?
women are forced to deal with the male gaze. Yeah, and you get a lot more male gaze when you're naked.
Yeah, it's kind of how
Oh,
it
okay.
works, sweet cheeks.
didn't Kanye's wife get arrested?
Oh,
I don't know if they were arrested. They were kicked out of the Grammys because she
Yeah.
wasn't wearing much.
And now they're getting a divorce.
So they say.
Yeah.
Kanye needs to go on his meds and go to a rehab center, and
Uh-huh.
hopefully he can be decent enough to be decent to his kids, you know?
Oh, I don't know, man. Freaking somebody, I don't know if it was a joke or not. Like, I really just don't pay close enough attention to this shit. But somebody said she was like a CIA agent or something. Or like there was a theory that she was a CIA agent and she was like put there to keep him in line or something.
We're not talking about leaked photos. We're talking about celebrities who put themselves out there in photos all the time and then say that they want privacy or they don't want the male gaze. We're not talking about somebody's nudes being leaked. We're talking about them flaunting themselves. It's a totally different thing.
Are you even, is this person even like paying attention to the conversation? Bro country, like get your head out of your ass and rewatch. What are you talking about?
We're talking about the ones who intentionally put themselves out there
Mhm.
and then complain when they get attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What are you talking about? Yikes, bro
Not-
country. Yikes on you, because you're not making any sense.
We're not talking about somebody who took nude photos and they got leaked from the web. We're talking.
We're not acting like the way someone styles themselves versus what are you even I'm not
We're not being slut shaming. We're just saying world was better when women wore beautiful clothing.
if you're gonna
and-
be naked, you're gonna get attention. That's the bottom line. And you know what? I am gonna slut shame for a minute. I absolutely fucking am, because you know what? Her being naked there, she has a beautiful body. Let's be perfectly honest, she is flawless. She managed to make herself look cheap. It's like she took a Lamborghini and just made it look like a freaking beat up 1994 Honda. Okay. She cheapened herself. I am absolutely slut shaming. And you know what? I think slut shaming has a place and a time, and this is it. So if you don't like it, well, you're free to disagree, but there's
I
nothing
feel
wrong with
it's
slut
a lot of
shaming.
it's because they have a lot of low self-esteem.
I don't know what it was in her case. I don't know anything about
I'm not talking
her.
about her. I'm just talking general. A lot of it is
Oh, yeah.
a lot of
They
women
want
don't
validation.
have. Yeah, and it's sad because you can look just as sexy and just as gorgeous in a gorgeous dress without having to be naked.
Yeah, you should be accentuating yourself, not exposing
And
yourself like a piece of trash.
And I'm sorry if Kanye is controlling her.
Yeah,
I don't know how much
that thing went down.
I don't know how much he's controlling her and she's going along with it because she's had opportunities to walk away, yet she keeps going back. So I don't know. Maybe she will walk away. I think it's awful what she does, and I think it's awful he's forcing her to. But the other women who post themselves naked all the time or wear barely any clothing, they want attention. You can't say "Don't look at me," but then dress like "Hey, look at me," because the difference between men and women is women are attracted differently. Men are attracted visually. So when a woman's naked, they're going to get attention.
If we're so cringe, then just go. Goodbye. You don't have to watch. Go get a fucking hobby. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Who is that?
Nobody invited you.
I don't know.
Nobody said you had to watch, Toots.
No, and you know what? We're all entitled to our own opinion. So
if you can't handle dissenting opinions, then maybe the internet is not for you.
I'm sorry, because Elizabeth Taylor in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof was a lot hotter in a slip than most of these naked women. I'm just saying.
They don't make movies like they used to. I mean, they used to once upon a time. Like if on the rare occasion that I do watch movies now, it's going to be like an old Sherlock Holmes or something. It's not going to be anything from like, modern day. Like none of that superhero crap or whatever. No rom-coms, no, back in the day, they really put thought into cinematography. And I don't know if it was like, especially because the black and white films, they had to put a lot of effort into like color theory because, things being in black and white, you really had to think about contrast and whatnot. But it's like everything was just more of an event back then. And now it's just like, CGI and AI and whatever the heck they're doing.
Yeah, I'm just sad because there's so many gorgeous people out there, and it's like the culture is that you have to show more, expose more, put more of yourself out there constantly.
Yeah,
And
you
there's
have to
so
keep pushing the
few,
envelope.
and there's so few who just say, no, I'm going to be my own person. I'm going to dress the way I want. I'm going to do the way I want. And it's just sad because it's telling, especially young girls, that this is what you have to do to be
Mhm.
successful in life.
Yeah.
And you have to get an OnlyFans and you have to do this and you have to do that. And no, you don't. Yeah, a lot of my favorite actors are dead, Adam. Like Gene Hackman is one of them. I'm very sad.
Heck,
He was a phenomenal actor.
he was good.
And
And I'm really questioning what happened because
I think his wife probably died and he died after because he had a heart attack or something.
Well,
That's
what
my
about
theory.
the dog?
Because well, a couple of the dogs were outside. One dog was in the bathroom and went in the kennel in the closet. The door got shut. They were both animal lovers. Neither one of them would have intentionally killed themselves and left the dog to suffer. There's no way.
No, I know
If
that.
one
but
of them had intentionally done that, then they would have made sure the dog was out with the other dogs.
yeah,
So I think one of them probably died, and the other one, either she decided not to live, or she died first, and he was 95 and he had a heart attack.
My husband said the theory is that he had a heart attack because she was found, all the medicine that she had in her hand was his. So
right, or she might have been getting his medicine and she had a heart attack.
right.
Yeah,
because
I think one of them had a medical episode and the other one died too.
Yeah.
And maybe the dog got into some of the pills too. I don't know, but
No.
it's
That's a
very
good
sad.
possibility.
I watched an old movie the other night from that Gen Xers will probably remember, Bugsy Malone,
Mhm.
where the kids play the adults in the
Yep.
gangster movie. I had totally forgotten about that movie, and a couple clips came on YouTube. I'm like, oh my God, how did I forget this? With Jodie Foster and Scott Baio, and yeah, it was a darn good movie, and it would never would have been made now.
No.
And it wouldn't have worked with adults.
No.
It was too cheesy for it to be adults, but because they were kids playing adults,
Right.
it worked. There's so many good old movies, and
Oh yeah.
now it's just
It's trash.
a lot of it. They make the movie for attention instead of making a good movie. They make a movie, you know.
And they just keep
For the-
redoing stuff. It's like there's nothing original. Everything is a remake or a sequel. Or
Yep.
did you hear they're doing a sequel to The Labyrinth?
I know. I saw that, and I was really unhappy about that.
I mean, it's a sequel, not a remake, but still
No.
having feelings about that. I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
But Jim Henson's son is going to be in it, apparently. So
You know, this okay, here I'm old, okay. This generation in Hollywood, they claim to be the most artistic and the most talented and this. Well, why can't you come up with anything new? Why are you always redoing stuff or adding
Well,
sequels
yeah,
or adding prequels?
because it's easier to, latch onto something that's already been successful.
Well, then I
That's
guess
my
you're not
problem.
as clever as you think you are.
Yeah, live action, all the live action Disney stuff annoy me.
Mm.
Oh,
The live
gosh,
action
yeah.
from video games annoy me. Though I got him at Street Fighter. That was a fun movie back in the day. Sorry, that was funny back in. But yeah, it's just everything is a repeat or a regeneration or a sequel of something else. And
Or they
it's-
race swap stuff and redo it. You're like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's times when you can race swap characters and it works.
yeah,
But if you do it just for that sake,
right.
Yeah.
or you gender swap or something like the
genders.
wicked actress who's playing Jesus at the Hollywood Bowl.
That I got a problem with.
I know, I can't believe they're doing The Crow again, and I'm really unhappy about that too.
Mm.
Wait,
But
did
it's a
they-
different story. They're making another reboot of The Crow.
Did they do it yet, or because I remember seeing threats about it a while back? Did they actually do it?
Well, they did one a few years ago, and they're doing another one.
Wait, I vaguely remember. Okay, I remember seeing pictures from the one a few years ago, and I was like, no, that's bad.
Yeah.
I think they're having trouble coming up with new stuff because everything has to be woke.
It's got to go through a filter.
Yeah.
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 And,
All the filters. Yeah.
Oh, they are trying to redo Eric Draven? Really? I thought they were doing one of the different ones from the comic books.
Gosh.
That was such a heartbreaking movie. Yeah.
But killer soundtrack. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
The soundtrack was
Well,
flawless.
And I see HBO has hired John Lithgow to play Dumbledore in their TV series.
Yes.
He was okay as Churchill in The Crown,
Yeah.
but I'm sure there's actual British actors who could play Dumbledore, you know.
Mhm.
But whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's sad. It's like we're supposed to applaud all these movies and stuff, and it's like there's nothing to applaud. They're kind of blah.
Yeah. And if movie makers these days are so creative and so talented, blah blah blah. How come everything is CGI and AI and
Mhm.
not?
Right.
I mean, I think, in my humble, probably very uneducated opinion, I think like peak creativity and storytelling is Jim Henson's storytellers.
Mhm.
Like the work that went into those puppets and the stories themselves and just the audio, like everything
Dark Crystal.
magical. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But it's something like it's an art form that I feel like it should elevate you. It should make you feel a certain way, not just something that you stare at a screen and then afterwards you're like, huh, Sylvester Stallone was pretty good in this movie, I guess. Huh. Whatever, it's like it should be an experience. If you're gonna sit on your ass and stare at a screen for a few hours, it should be like a transcendent experience, not just something where it's like, oh, pretty colors, oh, action scene, oh, sex scene, like whatever.
Well, not every movie needs a sequel or a trilogy or a prequel.
Exactly.
It's like
Nope.
I'm, enough.
They certainly don't need to be remade. It's just like people covering classic songs. Like, don't do it. Just don't.
Oh my god, yeah.
I was shocked that they did a James Bond tribute and they didn't have Adele singing Skyfall
Mm.
at the Oscars. Like, could they not afford her, or did they not bother to ask her? I mean, it's not like one of the old songs where whoever sang it's dead.
Right.
That was a more recent one. But that's going to go downhill now too, since Amazon has the rights to James Bond.
Mm.
So James Bond will be woke, and he won't be a manly man anymore. Probably.
Oh, I've heard they're trying to do all kinds of stuff with James Bond, making James Bond a woman.
He won't be, throwing women on the bed and having his way with her anymore.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know.
I did see an interview a couple years ago with a bunch of the former Bond girls, and they all said they don't want them to change the character.
No.
Because he was a, guy's guy.
I mean, that's the whole point that Ian Fleming was making, that he was, I don't know. It's just entertainment should be entertaining. I
think that when they crossed the line and made Watson and Sherlock the way that they did after, when they divulged or what's the word I'm looking for? Diverted. When they walked away from the classic Watson and Sherlock, I think, when they made Watson a female, I feel like we started to have real problems there. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Watson is a slightly overweight man with a mustache. He's a doddering fool who sometimes bumbles into solving cases for his friend Sherlock Holmes, who has a very specific nose, has to be a man, has to have an implied cocaine habit. I mean, it's just, there are certain things that you just don't mess with,
Yeah, I get you. And that irritates me when they change things too much. It's like, but why? It's like, they making a Lion King sequel about Scar. Now, my question is, did his parents name him Scar? And then he just happened to get a scar?
What?
The Lion King.
Yeah.
The one with softest breath. Like, was he named Scar and then he just happened to get a scar so it worked out? Or did he have another name?
His name was a self-fulfilling prophecy. Quick, somebody have a baby and name him like Billionaire or something. Oh, this is Bill, short for billionaire.
Oh, don't you know billionaires are evil?
Oh, that's right. They're all con men and grifters, and why are they in government? Yada yada.
working for free to give us our money back. You know, how dare they?
Horrible, horrible, evil stuff, man. You know, like there's been a lot of I understandably a lot of us are very positive right now and optimistic. I'm definitely one of those people. I'm like, hell yeah, we're finally going in the right direction. I understand we have a long road ahead of us. But then there are people out there who are just, if they're not completely black pilled, like my stupid ex who he posted some stupid thing the other day with it was like a cartoon character with a MAGA hat on, and then he just had all these stupid ribbons on him that said "fell for it again." I was like, go F yourself. Like, what is wrong with you? But then there's the people who are just committed to being arbitrary and just pointing out like, oh, Elon did this and Elon did this, and I don't like Trump and I don't like Trump. But I have noticed that even those people are now going, you know, that Trump and Zelensky thing was pretty freaking cool. That was really cathartic.
Well,
They're doing things I like.
Well, here's the thing. It used to be when the different political parties didn't agree, they all still agreed that they wanted America to succeed. So even if their people weren't in charge, they still wanted America to come out ahead. You know, they didn't they weren't fighting against America at that point. They just, you know, conceded, okay, well, you know what, this is the way it is. We still want America to succeed. And now it's people like AOC and all them telling people how to avoid being deported and breaking crimes and, you know, going, you know, Democrat senators going to Zelensky ahead of time saying, oh, we'll give you all the money you want. There's so much undermining instead of saying, hey, this isn't the way we would have do it, but we want America to succeed enough. We're going to work with the people in charge to, for the benefit of everybody. Instead, it's like, we need to fight all this. Like,
it's like
they don't care. They don't care about Americans. They don't care about the country.
How much of the money that has been sent to the Ukraine is in Zelensky's personal account?
Yeah.
Or his
We don't know because we don't.
Or his.
We don't know because we can't audit the money that went because there's no accounting for it.
Yeah.
Some of it is up his nose and some of it is in his wife's boobs. You're going to have to check her shirt.
Seriously, he didn't spend it on his wardrobe.
No, definitely not.
That's the one place we know it didn't go.
Maybe he bought dancing shoes.
Surplus. Yeah.
Maybe he bought some dancing high heels, though.
Oh Lord.
I thought that I'm surprised to hear you say that people thought it was pretty cool what happened with Zelensky because I saw a lot of the opposite.
Oh, I saw a lot of that too.
Like,
Oh yeah.
It was the
This is-
people who have been like calling out the cult of personality around Trump, the people who have been doing that. I'll name drop Kieran is one of them. But he saw the Zelensky thing and he was like, actually, you know what? That was pretty cathartic. I liked watching that.
Friday was amazing. It was.
Well, from what I saw, from what the Fox reporter said, Zelensky was making faces at Trump behind when Trump was talking at the podium talking to the press. Zelensky was making faces, and that's why Vance called him out.
Faces, like 5-year-olds.
He was rolling his eyes and smirking, and you know that kind of thing. And that's why Vance.
Get out. Go.
That's why Vance called him out on it about respect.
The absolute audacity of this guy to come over here and beg for more money.
No. He didn't beg. He doesn't beg. He demands. That's the problem.
Well,
He demands that we give him these things.
Because he's been taught that he's entitled to it. But to
Mhm.
come over here and then say, after $350 billion, oh, we've been alone.
We've been alone since the start.
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
Well-
I saw something today that I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. There was a post somewhere that said, you know, so many countries gave money to the United States after 9/11 and they didn't ask for it back.
When?
It was like, thank you.
When was this? When was
Where,
this?
where was
When-
I? What?
Yeah. When has anybody ever given money to the United
don't.
States?
Please, they still owe us from World War II. What are you talking about?
Right. So
They don't give us crap.
I don't know. I think sometimes stuff is just people making stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like
I don't
what you were
know.
saying before, Liz, about how, you know, back in the day, it was, even if we disagree, we want America to, you know, be good and prosper.
Mhm.
You know, it's kind of like when you're you know, if your parents get divorced, they might not agree with each other, but they still want the best for their kids,
Right.
because ultimately, like, your kids are supposed to be the most important thing.
Right.
And now it just kind of feels like one of the parents is like, I'm gonna transition you and like cut your genitals off and like screw you, and the other parent's like, no.
Yeah.
Freaking terrible.
I mean, before, and I blame so much on your phone and social media and the
Mhm.
internet in general. But it used to be like you could be just a regular, normal Democrat, and your neighbor or your brother, whoever was a regular, normal Republican, and you'd be like, okay, well, we don't, but it wasn't this vitriol. I mean, they're vicious.
Mhm.
I mean, they're calling for people to be in camps. They're calling for people to be killed.
Mhm.
I mean, that's just out of control.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, they
they're
were still
claiming
your
that-
family and your neighbors, and you know,
Yeah. But well, they're claiming they're calling for people to be like put in camps and shit. They're claiming that that's what we want and that's what we're gonna do because Project
Yeah, and it's
2025
like-
is some
Done it
shit.
yet.
well, the things that they said that Trump's going to do crack me up. Like, oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna get rid of all of birth control. He's gonna not allow gay marriage. He's gonna no, he's not. Did he do it the first time? No. Has he ever said he was gonna do it? No. Like,
They're-
give
they're
me a
so-
freaking break.
They're hooked.
They're
Though.
so
They think that
panicky.
2025 is real and that it's gonna happen. And it's been like, okay, we're in March now. What parts of 2025 have been implemented? Like,
It
has
wasn't
Trump
even
ever
his,
come out and said
his
it?
plan.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
was some rando dude.
yeah,
named-
I was really pissed about the protesters that went after Vance's family on their ski trip.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, if you want to go after and protest where he works,
Okay.
that's fine, but you don't protest where he's on
Okay.
vacation with his small
Liz.
children.
Liz,
Yeah.
it's Vermont. Okay, I expect
Well, I
nothing
know.
out of those people. I used to live there. I know how.
I
they
know,
are.
but it's just a dangerous situation that can
Oh yeah, that's his kids.
blow up,
involved.
and I know, and they're little kids, you know.
Little. Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
I mean,
But-
it just that kind of thing irritates me. It's like, it used to be, okay, well, kids were off limits.
Right.
Homes were off limits, and then all these people who are doxing ICE agents and doxing FBI agents, and like,
Mhm.
no, you're going to get people killed,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
should hold them accountable. I'm sorry, if one person gets hurt because somebody was doxed, they should be held accountable, and
Mhm.
the politicians who are calling for it should be held accountable.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry, but it's ridiculous.
That
I
is
see
low
Shifty
behavior.
Shift. He's on there all the time talking crap, and I'm like, dude, weren't you censured because
Yeah.
you said a bunch of shit that wasn't true, and you caused a lot of. You have no business even running your mouth.
Did you see Waltz is going to run for president in 2028?
I want
Do
to
you
see
think-
the first debate.
Did he not burn
All the
anything?
popcorn.
Do you think even his wife will vote for him?
God, her.
Because she was as bad as he was.
I want to see the debate. I'm gonna bring all the alcohol and all the popcorn. I'm gonna sit in front of my TV.
No,
Yeah,
I want
I mean-
AOC to run. Can't you imagine AOC debating Vance?
Vance would make mincemeat of
Are
her.
you
And
kidding?
and they call out
Sure.
Trump because he didn't promote Vance, as his successor. To be fair, look what Pence did to him.
Okay,
I mean,
he's
know,
not promoting
turned-
him a month in. Like
I know.
early for
Well,
that.
I know that, but the ones calling on it. I mean, to be fair, what happened with his last one? So you give him some time to make sure everything's going to be fine.
No, it's too early for that crap.
Yeah.
Start shit.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Well, Joe promoted Kamala, and look what happened there.
Oh
Yeah,
Joe
and all the
promoted
people complaining about that,
Okay.
all the Democrats weren't complaining when they didn't get a primary.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Democracy.
If they would have managed to do that, she'd be the only person ever to not go through a primary. Well, she went through one. She just dropped out early because
Yeah.
she did so horrible.
She had no support. No.
Maybe they'll break down and have to run 90-year-old Bernie.
Oh,
God.
no. Oh, hell
Speaking
no.
of Vermont, yeah.
I had someone ask me after the inauguration where he wore those gloves. They were like,
Yeah.
will will you make me a pair of those? And I said, no, I don't like him.
No.
He's the worst.
Well, that's like on Craft Snark when they were saying Caitlin Hunter was a Republican. Hello, she made the Bernie sweater. What are you talking
Right.
about?
Yeah, no, she's not. He's the worst. Speaking of grifters, good grief.
Hey, he got a few houses out of it. Hillary paid him off.
Yeah,
You
that
know, all
last
these
one-
politicians. You know,
didn't
I'm
ask
glad.
the last one. It's all swampland in the front yard, so that's what he deserves.
Hey, I'm happy with Trump's cabinet all being rich because that means they won't be getting rich off of us.
Yes.
You know,
I like their age group too. It's a lot of
Yeah.
Gen X. It's a lot of, I mean,
people with
JD
experience
Vance-
in the
J.D.
trenches.
Vance is only like 3 months older than my oldest daughter.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild to me, first of all.
Yeah. I am
Yeah.
looking to him for our future.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And I,
And
And-
so
and-
far, I just wanted the other day when he was like just giving it to Zelensky, I'm like, I told my husband, I said, I'm going to go and get in line to vote for him right now. Like,
Yeah.
a little unfair, you know.
yeah. Yeah. Well,
So
I read
far.
somewhere where somebody said Zelensky has never dealt with a real president before.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
that was
true.
the problem.
Oh, yeah. Because Biden just gave him everything he wanted.
Yeah.
Ooh, where's my ice cream?
Well,
Move
you'll
me
get it with
over
the
so I
kickback
can
that
get
he's
my
going
ice
to
cream
send you.
served.
Yeah. You can't tell me that the money didn't come back.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was,
Allegedly.
yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of laundering going on.
Tina, tell me about this chapeau you have on your head.
In Minecraft.
I'm sorry, you're frozen. Hello?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought that was me just being frozen, but
You're kind of frozen. I don't know. I want to know about your chapeau.
it's deep state attack. Okay, I think you're normal now.
Hello. I'm not normal, but maybe. Hello. I want to know what's on your head.
Oh, me?
Yes.
You, Tina.
Oh, everything is frozen now. Am I the only
Oh,
one who's not
no.
frozen? Oh, okay. Okay.
okay.
We're having
Okay.
an issue.
Sorry,
It's
I had
just-
to talk to my family.
Oh, no.
It's just a little it's recycled yarn. It's a little kerchief thingy. It's
Cute.
Adorable.
sparkly. Thank you. It's from
Love
a
it.
sweater I unraveled years ago and then
You should make a pattern and put it in blocked.
Yes, you should.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to because it's a smaller version of a shawl that I made up and it's like a really simple pattern, but it's like a big messy desk in my head and there's like a billion things to do and
Mhm.
move and so it will get in there eventually someday.
I get it.
Speaking of which, the new issue is out. Go check it out.
It is.
Yes.
And it's amazing.
It's really nice. There's some really cool patterns in there. Amy has a sock pattern
Mhm.
Yes. With my
Good.
yarn.
with Tina's Mardi Gras yarn.
This yarn.
So
Oh, I love that yarn so much. It looks just like a king cake.
it does.
Amazing. The pulling makes it look just like a king cake.
I freaking love it.
It does.
I want cake.
So I don't know. Mama Nevin's gonna make me eventually do a mitered square blanket at some point
Okay.
because I keep watching your video and watching your tutorial on how to do the squares. I'm like, I could do that.
Oh.
It's really pretty.
I came to the realization there's no way I'm going to get this done by the end of the year.
Probably
it's
not.
hard. Oh.
Because you're doing a square per day, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Unless you put all your other projects aside.
I haven't finished January yet.
Ah,
Oh, how cute.
aw, and in our special guest,
She was
we
being a
love the
grump.
kitty cats.
She was wandering around my
Aw.
feet and screaming at me. So no, here's the attention
Oh.
you ordered. Say
Don't
hi,
be a
everybody.
grump. Hello.
Hi,
Hello, kitty
everybody. My
cat.
name is Groucho.
Groucho.
I'm aptly named because I'm a Groucho.
Yeah, well, me too, Groucho. So
Yeah, you fit right in with us. We're old and grouchy. We can't help it.
Hi,
It's life.
everybody.
Hey, we had another troll. That's like twice.
That's 2 in a
Amy had
row.
a troll and we had another one. Wow.
It's a
And
different
Neil's
one.
never
I asked
here.
him.
I know Neil's never here when we get trolls. You know, it's like, is
Okay,
it
our
secretly
chat-
Neil?
Thank you, chat. They took care of it.
I know they did. They were awesome. I'm just wondering, was it secretly Neil?
There he is.
Bro country? I don't know.
They didn't sound
Well,
British.
well, you wouldn't think it was him with a name like that. You know,
Oh, so he's deep incognito. Okay.
hey, bro country would be probably okay with a bunch of naked women in a harem.
But not the black lesbian bro country. Yeah, that could be an alternate. Yeah.
I just don't understand their rationale. We weren't talking about women's nude pictures leaking. We were talking about them purposely putting them out themselves.
I have no idea what they thought we were even talking about. Like, what?
I don't know, but you started getting rid of them, and the chat got rid of them, and it's like, okay,
That's the
You'll
dumb.
never
I just
see-
sat back and I'm
that's
like, I'll
true.
let Tina deal with this.
yeah, you never see Neil and a troll in the same chat either.
Oh, that's true.
That's a good point.
You're on to something, Liz.
I like
Yeah,
this
he-
conspiracy.
Anna. Good job. Yeah.
Yeah, he and Tabitha had their
Yes, they
Patreon
did.
episode. It
Uh-huh.
I know I haven't
was a lot of
watched
fun.
it yet. I need to go watch.
He's making a blanket. I'm really proud of him. You know, not that circle one. He's got that chevron jelly roll thing going.
Yeah,
right?
it's a
With those little 5 gram minis.
I'm making 5 blankets. I'm never gonna
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah, I don't know when he'll finish his either because he gets bored. But those minis, it's like you get a whole month's worth, one for every day, 5
Oh,
grams.
they're so cute. Oh, I kind of want.
I would feel so much. I know, but I'd feel so much pressure to use
I know.
them.
I know.
Like
I'm
I'd
already
be like, oh, there's because they'd be piling up if I didn't, and I have so much big yarn, which is
Yeah.
enough pressure. But seeing those cute little minis would be like, oh, I just want to play with the mini skeins.
I know, right? Oh, because they're so cute. I'm focusing on this stupid sweater because I want to get it done because I want to wear it before it gets too hot.
Well, yeah,
But while I'm knitting it, I'm thinking of, okay, what's my next sweater going to be? Like, what do I want to do? So the whole time I'm like, okay, can I do this one? I don't want. I found that new one, but it's brioche.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's free on Ravelry. It's called Detroit, which is an unfortunate name for a really, really nice jacket.
well, think old timey motel,
Old-time
Motown, Detroit. You know, back when the cars were
Gotcha.
cool and the music was cool. And
Yeah, not Kwame Detroit. Yeah. So, yeah, the place I try to stay out of.
for good reason.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a cute jacket, but I'm trying to find a yarn, and it's brioche, so it takes a lot of yarn.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Worsted weight.
Hey, 2025 is the year we learn brioche, Trees. Come on, we can do it.
Okay, well, it's only March, so we're good. We're good.
That's what I'm saying. We've got plenty of time.
I
I have to
really
make a
want-
project. I need to cast on my thing for Neil's thing, but
Oh yeah, I got to find the yarn for that. I did find a pattern because so far I hadn't found one, but I did now.
yeah,
Yes,
you're
I
testing
know.
that really cool sweater that I'm
I just-
excited to see.
Me
Right.
too.
I'm sitting there knitting on this thing because I want to get it done. And I'm trying to be monogamous so I get actual things done. But meanwhile, I'm like, thinking of all the other things.
Oh, there's something sparkly that went by.
Has anybody seen that commercial where I don't remember what it's for, but the chick is like blowing up balloons and there's this giant like thing that's all sticky notes that comes up behind her? It's some ad that comes up on YouTube or whatever. And I'm like,
I
yeah,
don't know.
I get that because these are just sticky notes that are around me all the time. Like,
Please do, Cassie.
and I'm always having sticky notes. This is not even a third of that.
I have a sticky note app on my phone.
Oh, see,
that-
no, I'm
Well, I have them in real life too,
Yeah.
but I also have one on my phone for it. Like if I'm going to the store, I need to pick
Oh,
this
yeah,
up
I
at
do
this
that,
appointment
yeah.
or whatever.
but this is for all my, I want to make this. Oh, I want to make that. I have to
Oh.
live like 800. in order
Deanna says it's for diabetes. Is the ad for diabetes?
Is
I'm not sure. She's blowing up balloons, and then this big thing of sticky notes comes up and gives her a sticky note that says blow up balloons or something. I don't know what it's for. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I feel like that sticky note thing.
Yeah, a lot of sticky notes.
A lot of sticky notes all the time. And then I have to remember to go back and read all the sticky notes because I write stuff down and then forget to read them.
But
Yeah,
the worst is when you write yourself a sticky note and you go back to read it and you go, now what does this
What
mean?
does this mean? Because I wrote it at, midnight and like,
yeah. It's bad enough that new generations aren't taught to read cursive when you don't use it enough, and then when you do write notes, you can't read your own cursive, and it's like, what did I mean there?
if you spend enough time on the computer, then you lose your handwriting.
Well,
Yes,
and because
you do.
kids today aren't even taught how to write in cursive anymore.
Yeah.
They didn't teach my daughter. She never learned. I mean, they learned to sign their name, and that was it.
Well,
I heard a comedian say one day that if the younger generation ever takes over, we can get back because we'll have all of our notes be in cursive and we can read maps.
Drive a stick.
And go back to landlines where you have
Read
to
a
dial.
clock. Yeah. Yep. We'll take over the world again.
I can't believe the whole clock thing.
Mhm.
That's such a basic part of life. Like, okay, yeah, there's digital clocks everywhere, but are we just? You need to learn how to read a regular clock. That's just like a
Or a
basic life
watch.
skill.
Or, yeah.
Oh my
Yep.
They
god!
can't change. They can't.
I feel like a lot of them just can't do basic cooking either. I mean like
I can't say
basic-
anything about a good cook. So
Well, I mean, there's a difference between not being a good cook and not being able to boil an egg.
Right.
I mean, I'm not joking. I used to be friends with somebody whose ex-husband was in his 30s. She used to cook for him all the freaking time. Before he moved in with her, his mom did everything all the time. He moved in with her. One night she gets super sick. Like, she is laid out. She can't cook anything. She can't do anything. He's having a temper tantrum because she can't make dinner. And she's like, just go boil an egg. And he's like, how do I boil an egg? I don't know how.
no,
In his 30s. I was just like, how can you not? What is wrong
Yeah.
with you?
Try it.
Actually, Cassie,
Yeah.
my son had a stick shift, and a couple of his friends have them.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a few out there that know how to drive them, but not many.
Not many. No.
Dial-up phone.
we taught our boys how to drive a stick, and my son got to somebody had a Mustang that they were doing a car wash, and he got to drive it because he was the only kid there that knew how to drive a stick.
Oh, that's my favorite car, Mustang.
Yeah. So. Oh well, more yarn. Need to knit more, crochet more, make it disappear.
Mhm.
Since I have more on the way.
Mhm.
I don't know anything
Don't know.
about that. Are you assuming that I'm going to send you yarn because you bought it?
I would hope.
Maybe I'll
So.
send it, maybe I won't. Maybe it's in the mail, maybe it's not. I mean,
Joe would tell you to send it to her, and she'll just take it off my hands.
But it will
Yeah.
take 3 millennials to get here. So
Yeah, that's crazy. Hopefully Doge will take care of the postal service soon.
yes, please. Well, the guy quit, so hopefully somebody will.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of them are quitting.
The
A lot of
post-
them are quitting before the, investigations start thinking that that's going to help. I don't know that it will.
No.
I'm really curious about that because I have a friend that okay, I went to high school with this guy that I had a huge crush on. I mean, I'm talking, this guy looked like a freaking Viking. He had like waist length hair. He was just gorgeous, right? But he was a senior and I was a freshman. So
Nope.
then we kind of weren't in touch for a while, but then recently, like over the past year, we've been talking a lot. And he works for the post office, and he was actually his local, whatever I don't know, some position of authority or whatever. And he's very into the way he puts it. He's very into workers' rights, which sounds like a code for something.
Mhm.
And he's anti-communist, though. So
Okay.
I haven't really been
That's
able
weird.
to. Yeah, I haven't explored his. He's liberal as fuck. I know he's liberal as fuck. I've seen on his silly little denim vest. He's got like a. I don't know. He had like the gay pride flag or something, but he's not gay, so I don't understand what's going on with that. I don't.
He's an ally. Hmm.
Ugh.
Now
Anyways,
yeah.
So I'm curious about like what I haven't heard from him in a while, and I don't know if he's like freaking out over what's going on with the post office. I don't know what's going on with the post office. I'd like to hear it from his perspective because I know he ran for re-election of whatever and he lost, so that's not his responsibility anymore. But it's I know he's a hard worker. He personally is a hard worker. He's a good guy. He does his route. He takes care of like grievances and stuff for the union. But there's a lot of not good workers out there. Like a lot
yeah.
of really crappy postal workers.
Oh yeah.
And they need to be called out and called. Like,
Mhm.
get rid of them. If you're not doing your job, freaking go.
I think there's a lot of government positions that will be forevermore eliminated.
I like the idea. Somebody put up the idea. I don't know if it was Elon or what, but somebody put up the idea that each state have its own Doge. And look,
Yeah, a lot of states have already started.
Because when I lived in Detroit, I would be waiting for like a package or a letter or something. I knew it was coming, and I was sitting right next to the door where the mailbox is. They would have to knock on the door for me to sign it, and I would go and nothing happened. I go out. Oh, we tried to get you. We tried, but you weren't home. I'm sitting right there. This happened.
Yeah, I've had that
so
happen a
many
couple times.
Happened so many times in Detroit. They're just lazy.
Well, I sent a bunch of packages out Saturday, so hopefully they'll get there sometime in the next week or so. So who knows? No,
Yeah.
I've sat outside waiting,
Mhm.
and they said they came by. No, you did not.
No, you didn't.
That happened with my DoorDash the other day, and
Mhm.
I got the thing that's delivered. I'm like, I'm standing at my door. I called the driver. I'm like, where's my food? Because it says it's delivered, and I've been standing in my doorway, and you never came.
Yeah.
Oh, let me check. And they had driven it around the corner and dropped it off another road with the same number.
Ah,
And I'm like, because I'm pretty sure you didn't come here.
Well,
And at least it was
okay.
still sealed and everything, so I didn't worry about it. But I'm like,
I used to DoorDash, and I will say, maybe in that person's defense, maybe they're shitty. I don't know, but also their GPS is horrible.
yeah.
It's-
I didn't blame the driver so much. I just was. He's like, oh, I just dropped it off, and I'm like, no, you didn't.
The fuck you did.
Their GPS is terrible because I
Yeah.
used to have a hard time finding people's houses, and I'd have to call people and say, "Where are you? I can't find." It's terrible.
Yeah, I've had that happen with Amazon too, where the drivers they said it wasn't.
Oh yeah,
delivered.
Amazon. Mhm.
I had one time I was waiting for something and they said it was delivered, and I called Amazon. It was like 10 o'clock at night. They said it was delivered at 9:30. They had, this was when we lived in the condo. They had stuck it on top of my vehicle, on the roof of my vehicle. They didn't even walk up to the door. They just left it
Wow.
on the top of the car. I'm like, really?
Wow.
Like, how would I have known this envelope was on the top of this white envelope was on the top of my white car?
Yep.
I would have driven off not seeing it probably.
Yeah.
I had a UPS driver once deliver a box on top of. Okay, so when you come up to my building, there's a stoop. There's like a little set of stairs, and then the front door is always unlocked. Mail guy, whoever, can always just leave something in between the two doors. I don't know what the hell this UPS guy was thinking. He put the box not on the stoop. He put it on top of the recycling cans next to the stoop. I'm like, what? That just seems so passive aggressive, and like you did that on purpose so that I wouldn't find the package. What is wrong with you?
Yeah,
And then they'll
there's some
complain
that
that
are
they
just,
don't make enough money. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for something from FedEx today, and they sent me a picture of the driver. I'm like,
Oh, that's
okay,
helpful.
and his name. I'm not going to be able to see him in the truck, but okay. At least I'll know who to yell at when he goes down the street when he delivers it to my neighbor. I had Amazon that went to the neighbor across the street, and
Mhm.
I only knew because I could see the packages at their door. And I went to their house and knocked on the door. Like, I'm not stealing anything from you, but these are my packages.
Yeah, we had that. Yeah, we ordered something, and the picture, I was like, "Is that the guy next door's house?" Like, so David went over and here's our package, but he
Yeah,
had
I had to show him.
Yeah.
That reminds me, there was even worse. Okay, so this building and the next one are kind of like joined at the front but separated in the back. It's weird. It's they look like row houses from the front, but it's just this building, the next one. whoever delivered that Amazon package one day went down their alleyway on the other side of their building, which, by the way, we have letters and we have numbers on our building, like clearly visible. You can see the number right on the awning. It's not elusive, it's not faded, it's right there because there's a business on the first floor, so everybody has to be able to see it. So this freaking moron goes around into the alleyway next to the building next door, throws it next to the basement window, and then takes a picture of it. And now I didn't get the picture until afterwards because I wasn't looking at my email. All I know is that all of a sudden my doorbell rings and it's one of the girls next door, and she's like, "Oh, hey, by the way, we found your package." And I'm like, "You found why? How did you find my package? Why did you find? Where was it?"
Yeah.
And then I look at the picture in my email and I'm like, when you take the picture of the package you delivered, it's supposed to be at the place that you were supposed to deliver it, not around the side of a building in the grass in front of a basement window. Well,
Yeah, I know. And that's the first thing when you can't find it and you call Amazon, well, have you looked all around where any possible place they could have left it? Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes, I've had it, but it's still not there.
On it. Yeah.
I gotta admit, they're usually pretty good about resending something, though.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually pretty quick about that, so I'll give them credit for that.
Yeah. Amazon's good
Yeah.
about that. I ended up with
Same.
the whole Instant Pot because I ordered I had the big one and I ordered the 3-quart one. And they said, "Oh, it's delivered this." I'm like, nope, didn't get it. And so they're like, "Okay, well, we'll send you another one." Okay. So they sent me another one. Well, meanwhile, the first one came. So I was like, okay, now I have 2. So I called them up, I called them up and I said, "Okay, what am I, just keep it." Okay. Well, my daughter was visiting at the time. I was like, "Do you want this?" She's like, "Sure." So
Nice.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas in advance. Yeah, so because some things it costs them more money to ship it back.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I asked them, I'm like, "I'll send this back to you. I'm not going to steal it. I'm not going to,
Yeah,
Right.
we have a
Like,
place half a mile away, the UPS store. You can do Amazon returns for free.
Yeah.
As long as it's in a box.
Yes. Yeah.
Doesn't have to be the box it came in.
No.
And all you got to do is they scan the code off your phone.
Yeah.
They pack it up. And
I've done that. Yeah.
It's so
But
nice.
this, they were like, no, it was Steve in India who told me that I didn't have to send it back.
I'm sure his name was really Steve.
Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah.
Steve did you a solid. You got an extra Instapot out of it. All right.
We
Well,
should change this to rant night instead.
I know, rant, knit. Well, we've got Friday to talk about more knitting. So, and Jo will be there, and she'll probably quiz us on everything. So,
And then she'll rant. Yeah.
and then she'll rant about the things we did wrong. So,
Right.
unless she's too busy talking about stripes, so be knitting all the stripes.
I have stripes. I'm done with my stripes yet. My sleeves.
Yep.
That's what I do.
Hey, you're knitting it in March, so it counts. So,
It doesn't count. The points don't matter.
not for us anyway.
No.
But and she'll have all the details on that. There's a hashtag for it.
Put a hashtag for. Hang on. Hashtag. Hold on. I don't know what her hashtag is, but I'm going to do Nin and Let Them Live 2025. Sure. This is the hashtag for the Let Them Live babies.
For the
Yeah, knit
record,
for the babies.
can I just promote my yarn for a minute?
Of course you may.
I have
Yep.
a colorway that Liz just ordered, theoretically, if I was going to send it to her.
Theoretically, if I were to accept it.
It's called Nitchy Bitter, and 20% goes to Let Them Live. So,
Oh.
Yay!
yes.
What's it look
Okay.
like?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I look over there as if
Tell
it's still
me.
there. That's how you know it's on the way, because it's not over there.
Okay. It's
it's
the
a-
mayhem cow.
Sorry. It's a pink base, and it's twisted with green, and it's got orange and pink flecks on it. It's pretty pretty
Well, you know why I had to get that.
for the
because-
babies. And
Well,
also-
no, because Nitchy Bitter brought us
Yeah,
together.
Of course, it's in her honor because we know
I
she
know.
doesn't save
I saw the
babies.
name and I didn't even care what it looked like. I'm like, I have to get this because I think I'm gonna save it and make something for the 1984 issue of Block.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a adventure on the Block tat. So But yeah, no,
I'm
I
waiting
saw that.
for
I'm
the-
like, oh, bitchy knitter. I wonder what she's up to these days.
I'm excited for the orange knit along.
Me
That's
too.
right.
I'm gonna
I feel like that
prototype.
was kind of like the catalyst for this because I said last week that I wanted to knit all the orange things.
It's
So-
starting in June, I think, and blocked. I think
I
for
think June 15th.
for 3 months. Yeah, it's June, July till September, I think.
June, some 14th, 15th, somewhere around there until the end of
I
September.
don't know. There'll
Gonna
be
be a
lots of
summer
orange
collection.
yarn. All our
I'm gonna
dyers are going to
pin
be
for it.
creating gorgeous orange colorways because we're taking back the color orange.
Yes,
I love
we
orange.
are.
You
I
know,
love
because
orange.
certain people think they own it and they don't.
No, they do
So-
not.
My baseball team begs to differ.
Just want to contribute to the orange mayhem. Yeah, Cassie contributed
Yes,
titles.
Orange is fantastic.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for
Thank you for
Hopefully-
inviting me.
Yeah, always. And hopefully we'll see people on Friday. Same time, I assume, unless Jill wants it another time.
We do it, you know,
What time
You
is
know.
the Friday one?
7. Oh, what time
Oh,
your
Set
time?
4, same
4?
time, 4. Yeah. Because Joe will be there, maybe Neil, Annie, and Amy. I don't know who else is coming. Tina, you
don't
guys, Joe and you and Tina are welcome if you want to come.
You're welcome.
It usually gets a little chaotic with Joe, but I know she'll want to talk to both of you because
No.
Why
did I
was-
say chaotic? I meant calm and relaxing.
Calm and relaxing.
Well ordered.
She's
I don't
so
know if she's gonna.
Mm,
I don't know if she's gonna be in her mobile office or in her new place.
Oh,
we'll have to
true,
see.
true. I hope it's a mobile office.
I do love the mobile. I love when she goes, "I'll be right back. Let me go check my."
He goes in the trunk
Storage.
and gets something.
She's
So
so
much shit in that car. It's unbelievable.
she's so cute.
I think honestly, I think there's probably more notions in the back seat.
Oh
Then
boy.
once you
They
found
all
that one
gotta
day-
go in that little black pouch. You know,
I know
I think she held out on you, huh?
that Tara has to keep a list of.
Tara's got to. She's the list keeper of the pouch.
What
Yeah,
isn't in
no.
the pouch? That's the question.
Everything.
She needs a pouch like Hermione had,
It's
and
like a.
that was
It's
you
like
know-
the Mary Poppins bag. You know.
yeah, where everything
Perfect
fits in
bag.
there.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thanks, chat. Thanks for
Thanks,
coming.
guys.
Thanks for watching. Please like and
Thanks for-
subscribe if you would like to. We'd appreciate it.
Getting rid of our
Um,
troll.
We are working on some things in the future, maybe some merch if we can get it together. And
Hold on. Speaking of merch, can I say something else really quick?
Yes, please.
yes,
promote
Tina
your
has
merch.
merch, and I got a bag with her logo on it, but it's not in the room, so I can't show it. But
Ah, look
it looks
at her
just like her
food.
T-shirt, though.
Oh,
It's awesome. It looks just like her shirt, my bag. So I'm very excited. So
that's really neat.
she has all sorts of fun merch on her website as well as gorgeous
So
yarns.
fun. She has fun
And-
yarn, fun everything.
And
Go-
she's going to
go
be
look
doing
at her-
some orange yarn.
Go look at her
So if
Twitter account.
Yeah. So if you're holding out for some orange yarn, they'll in the next few weeks, I'm sure they'll start popping up.
So we
Um,
can
Yes,
yeah.
Cassie, there can be tank tops. There will be tank tops.
Okay.
She asked that of everybody. I already have you on the list, Cassie. If we get shirts, I'll make sure there's tank tops.
Yes, I know
So.
she does.
Guns out, guns out.
But
Yeah, go what? Go
yeah.
read her.
So
Twitter.
hopefully we'll have some
Lot of
soon,
tea.
and I'm working on it. And you know, we got to be like everybody else and have merch because then we're official.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna walk around. And people be like,
No, we can't.
whatever.
You wear it when you're on the podcast, or if we're on Knitting Wars again, or one of the others. You know.
I don't know, man.
Reusable grocery bags with your logo. Free advertising.
There you go.
That's true. That is true.
Grocery bag,
So,
knitting
Yeah.
bag.
oh, I love all the knitting bags. I don't
I know.
any tote bag. I'm there for it.
I know. Even
It's like as soon as you had merch, I'm like, does she have bags? Because I need another tote bag.
Mhm. I go to the
Then you
ball
can
game.
justify another. Then you can justify another another cast on because you have another bag. See?
Right. You always have to have. Yeah.
Yeah. All
I
right.
went to the ball
Thanks.
game and they had the little backpack thing, and it was like, I don't know, Bush Light or something. I'm like, knitting bag. Like,
Yeah,
Exactly. So
Our bags
They-
are potential knitting bags.
everything.
except Neil doesn't use bags, but he's weird.
He
What
doesn't
does he
go
use
anywhere.
pockets? What, is he just
That's
like a
true.
pocket guy because he's a man and he can't use a bag?
He
He
just
just,
never
like,
uses them.
puts it in his-
I don't know. Maybe he needs a bag that says Blocked Magazine.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he does.
But then again, if he wore it around UK, he might get assaulted. So
Yeah, right.
there's some of those crazy
Target,
knitters
yeah.
over there who threaten him all the time. So
That's so
talk to you guys
funny.
later. Thanks,
Okay, guys.
everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. We'll be on Friday and then not the Monday after. So Friday and then St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so that's when we'll be back. So, okay. Got to end the stream.